Okay, so I just wrapped up the video. I go through the site. I don't talk a lot about the specs because I feel like there's a lot of information about that already. If you're watching this video, you've probably already seen what the features are and all that. So I don't really talk too much about that. I just say what I like, what I don't like. I talk about the ULTRAVIEW 1K arrows and the releases I'm using. So yeah, I wanted to add this in the beginning of the video. I've put out some hunting footage from this year, so there should be quite a few more hunts to edit and put out. It takes some time, and uploading takes a while. So I'm working on a mountain goat hunt right now. I'll actually have 2 mountain goat hunts to post, one from me, one from Cole. Yeah, elk hunting from this year, as well as some whitetail hunting from last year when I shot my buck and Cole shot 2 bucks. So should be some good footage on there. Stay tuned to the channel, subscribe so you guys see when I post new stuff, and thanks for watching. I have gotten a new sight for my birthday. My wife got me the new Mathews ULTRAVIEW collaboration sight. I got it in a 5-pin slider, and I'm pretty excited about it. The sight I've been using the last few years is my TrueBall XL Landslide 5-pin. Great sight. It's been awesome. I have 2 of them. One on this bow and then one on my 29.5. It's an awesome sight. It's pretty durable. I've had some falls with it. It's gone flying off the front of my quad. I mean, attached to my bow, but my bow went flying off the front of my quad and landed on the sight, and it's perfectly fine. Anyways, I've been doing some thinking and trying to figure out whether or not I'm gonna get a new bow this year or not, or if I get a new bow, which bow am I getting? So I've got my Lift 33 from last year sitting that I've been playing with in the off season here. I've got the new taper grip, or contour grip. I think this, yeah, contour grip. So it really helps me with my torquing problem I have. And I also run, I don't know if you can see, but Josh Jones with Podium Archery has made these new top hats that allow you to get a little more adjustment out of your Mathews. So it's a lot more cumbersome to do as far as adjusting than the new Lift X and its new limb drive system, but I think you get the same results with it because it gives you a little bit more ability to fine-tune your cam lean and just setting the bow up to how you grip the bow, which is important to me because I've broken my wrist 3 times. I have had surgery on it, and it still has a metal plate in it. So it's I don't know if that has something to do with it. I think it does. I'm gonna pull this sight out and put it on the bow and see what I think. Top notch on nice key. Rail here. Okay, and I believe you unlock it, and there you go. You hear a click, and it's good to go. So obviously, if you're watching this video, you probably know all about the specs and everything on this site. You don't need me to tell you. There's lots of videos out there of people talking about it, saying what the features of it are. So I'm just gonna put it on my bow, get it set up, shoot it a bit, and I will talk about it, tell you what I like, what I don't like, and yeah, if I think it's worth buying. Pretty stoked. I love that it has the sight tape option for inside and outside. Okay, so I took off my TrueBall XL sight tape. I don't know if you can see that. Matched it up with the Mathews ULTRAVIEW sight tape and slapped one on there for... I've already kind of adjusted my pin gaps, but obviously I'm just guessing at that point. But I've been shooting pretty similar specs for a long time, so not difficult to get close, and then just do some fine tuning. I've always shot 5 pin with my 5th pin being 60 yards and it being the mover. So I'm already really comfortable with that. But I'm actually shooting the ULTRAVIEW arrows right now. They're at 28.5 inches, 500 grains. My eyeball sight at 20 yards was left to right was perfect, and up and down I think was pretty good. The arrow went right through the target, so I didn't get to see exactly where, so I'm now at 30 for my second shot. So that shot was a little left, but up and down was pretty good. 2 releases that I've been using are the ULTRAVIEW thumb button. I also have the hinge as well. But the 2 main ones I've been using are Stan Onyx, not the clicker. ULTRAVIEW is sweet, probably has the cleanest feeling release out of anything. It's the most comfortable in my hands, but the neck is so long on it. It changes my draw length by a 1/4 inch, over a 1/4 inch, maybe closer to a 1/2 inch, but I've only shot 2 arrows. I shot one at 20. It was bang on, and then one at 30, and it was a little bit left. So what I'm gonna do is pull out the windage adjuster on this and move the sight left, just a few clicks. Well, more than a few clicks, but enough to get it to do something at 40. So now I'm gonna back up to 40, which is the pin that you can't adjust, and see if that's on or not. And if it's not, I'm gonna have to redo 20 and 30 pins. So. Again, pretty bang on. So I'm shooting at a 365 target with like a 4-inch black circle. Yeah, it's feeling good. That one I held a little bit high and right, and it hit exactly where I felt like I released at. I'm getting to 50 here, so I might not be right on, but I'm glad 40 was on, because again, that's the one pin that you can't move individually. It only moves with the sight housing. It has this adjustable stop, so when you're trying to zero out your sight again, get it back to 20 or 30 or wherever you have your starting point at, it will hit that stop and be right back to where it was. But I've got the all-in set up here at 50 on the 365 target. At 50, no sight adjustments made, just still my eyeball. Me again, left. Haven't been shooting, so not really surprised. Pin setup, I think, is pretty close. All right, well, not the best group, but I think I'm verifying that my 50-yard pin was just a little bit low, which is fine. My shooting is not great today. I haven't been shooting my bow at all. I haven't shot it in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna go get all those arrows and move the pin down just a hair, shoot it once or twice, then go to 60 and see if that's close. After that, I'll be verifying the tape. Back here at 60 yards, about 50 figured out. I predict actually that my 60 is gonna be maybe high. I think that first one was me. A little high. Honestly, if I'm in that black dot at 60 right now, I'm happy. Black dot's maybe a little bigger than 4 inches, but it's still in the black. So
this was my first arrow, and I think I said in the video, if I have them all in the black circle, I'm happy. That's pretty tight there. That's whatever. But for not shooting for 2 weeks and coming out and putting some with a new sight downrange at 60, I'm not gonna complain about that. Wow, just knocked my bow over. Some of my honest thoughts about this sight are, I honestly love it. I've only shot, no, not even, I haven't even shot 50 arrows. I've shot like 30 arrows, and the second and third axis were fine. I double checked them in my shop there, and I didn't have to make any adjustments. It comes ready to go for your Mathews. I mean, maybe not all of them are going to be perfect, but it was pretty dang close. Everything's really dialed. I literally eyeballed my pins, and I made one tiny adjustment at 50. So I can't really say much bad about it, other than I don't like that you can't micro adjust the 40. It's super light. It's very, very, very sleek looking. You can't say really anything about the looks. Got nothing bad to say so far. I think they knocked this one out of the park. I'm going to, honestly, I'm pretty confident in it, so I'm just gonna dial my sight to 80, shoot at my elk target, and hopefully we're close. Okay, the plane is pretty much gone. What I was saying about switching from a lift to a lift X, I think it's just whether or not you want a new bow. Like, the limb drive adjustment is sweet on the lift X, I'm sure, but if you don't want to spend the money and you don't mind keeping your bow another year, then I would just, like I said, get those other top hats if your bow's not completely tuned, and maybe this new sight, and you've got a pretty dang good setup. I will say these ULTRAVIEW 1K arrows, they are high quality, built really well. You can get sighted in, and you know that the arrow is not the issue of your accuracy. But with them being 4.5 millimeters diameter and having to run a half out system, I have hard spots on my elk, full-size elk target, Reinhardt target, that if I hit the hard spot, like out of the vitals, if I'm shooting at long range, then the half outs just bend immediately. I know that you can buy the half out system separately and replace them on these, but it sometimes will crack the arrow and wreck the arrow. But I'm really trying to get to the bottom of whether I think they're high quality enough. I haven't shot an animal with them yet. I've only been using my RIP TKOs and a hit system. So 5 mil hit system. It's pretty hard to beat the durability of that. I have had those ones break. That's the other thing I would say, is that when I hit those same hard spots with a 5 mil and a hit system, they break or they bend or whatever. So it's kind of the same either way. It might just be the target that I have is quite dense in those spots, or there's something in it that I don't know about to keep the rigidity, but I've honestly not been very impressed. I spent a lot of money on that Reinhardt full-size elk, and the vitals wear out really quick, and if you don't hit inside the vitals, which if you're tuning and testing and trying different things, you're bound to hit outside of the vitals at long range, it's not great. It's not a great target. So I might look at getting a different one that doesn't have hard spots like that and just destroys your arrows. So back to these ones. Maybe I'm changing my mind on the fly, but I don't think that for the money they're not worth it. I think it's worth it, especially if you're like me and you don't like building arrows, which I do have tons and tons of hours building arrows, and I've tried to enjoy it, but I really don't like it. I really hate it. So the fact that you can basically get a custom built arrow and the price is only a little bit more than when you buy all top of the line components for your arrows, it's pretty hard to beat. So we might see me hunting with just these in the future. I love the lock and unlock system that they have here, and I also love that if you are in a jam and you need to crank one to the right yardage, it still moves for you. So, and the preciseness of your indicator on your mover is very, very nice. Very tight tolerance, very easy to see. I'll see, I don't know if you can't really see that very well, but anyways. Okay. I think I literally just 10 ringed him. Wow. Yeah, that one I held a little bit low. Oh well. Sight tip's pretty dialed. I might back up and shoot 100 just to see. All right, here's a little reference for you as well. There's my clearance at 110 on my tape. That's pretty good. I might be able to squeak 120 out of this or flip the arrow upside down and get a little further. But my tape runs out at, I don't know what that is, 113, 114. But so I would like a little more clearance where that ability to move your 40 individually is going to kind of mess that up. So still get pretty far. Again, I've got pretty good speeds. I'm like 290 with a 500 grain arrow at 80 pounds, 29.5 inch draw. So I should be able to get 120. I've jumped from 80 to 110. So I just shot one at 110 and it was pretty good. Well, my first shot at 110 was pretty good. And, oh, there's the second shot. It didn't go all the way through, but it almost did. Yeah, I'm honestly really starting to like these arrows. Already love the sight. Not gonna complain. Okay, this camera is dying. It's the new Insta 360 Ace Pro 2, so a bit of a mouthful, but I'm gonna go inside, charge it up a bit. I forgot to connect my mic to the camera, so hopefully the audio is okay. If not, I'm gonna have to do some voiceover stuff. But yeah, my quick short final thoughts on the Mathews ULTRAVIEW sight. Incredible, like super high quality. I feel like they really did a good job listening to customers, meeting those needs. My only two complaints about it, a little bit hard to see pins still, and the not being able to adjust 40. All right, so camera died as I was finishing up talking about what I thought of the sight. Great performance with the sight. It'll be interesting to see how the durability of it goes. Seems to be very sturdy, very stout, and I need that. I'm pretty rough with stuff. Things usually get banged up, not just scratched and dented, but like bent and broken. Maybe I'll do more of a long-term review with it. Yeah, hope you liked the video. If you did, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more hunting footage from last year and this year. Possibly here in February, I'll be going fallow deer hunting again on one of the Gulf Islands here in BC. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.